What if the goat, the same animal many dismiss as stubborn or simple, was quietly reshaping global agriculture into a billion-dollar powerhouse? Once overlooked and often relegated to small family farms, goats have surged into prominence across the United States and around the world. Their adaptability, efficiency, and versatility have transformed what was once a niche livestock industry into a booming economic force. Goats are uniquely suited to diverse climates and terrains, thriving where cattle or sheep might struggle. From the arid plains of Texas to the rocky hills of Appalachia, goats graze, browse, and convert otherwise unusable vegetation into valuable milk, meat, and fiber. Their rapid reproductive cycles and low maintenance costs make them particularly appealing for both small-scale and large commercial operations. Historically, goats were kept for survival rather than profit. Early settlers used them for milk, cheese, and meat, relying on their hardy nature to sustain families in remote areas. Over generations, however, breeders began to recognize the potential for specialized products, soft cashmere fibers, artisanal cheeses, specialty meats, and even goat-based skincare products. This shift coincided with changing consumer demands. Health-conscious diets, organic products, and artisanal goods created a market that valued quality, sustainability, and traceability. Goats, once undervalued, now became central to innovative agricultural strategies. Farms that once produced a few $100s from a small herd now generate six figures annually, while large operations are scaling into multi-million-dollar enterprises. The key to this growth lies in diversification. Smart farmers combine multiple revenue streams. Dairy goats produce milk and cheese, meat goats cater to ethnic and specialty markets, fiber goats provide cashmere and mohair, and some farms even rent goats for land management, weed control, and fire prevention. Each of these ventures, when strategically managed, multiplies income while spreading risk. Technology has accelerated this transformation. Modern farms employ precision grazing techniques, smart feeders, health monitoring sensors, and automated milking systems. Data-driven decision-making allows farmers to optimize herd health, reproduction, and productivity like never before. Even small farms are using smartphones and apps to track herd statistics, sales, and customer demand. Globalization plays a role too. U.S. farms export goat products internationally, connecting small rural operations to large urban markets overseas. Artisanal goat cheese from Wisconsin, mohair from Texas, and meat goats from California find their way into specialty markets across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. The industry's scale, combined with premium pricing and high demand, has turned goats into a central figure in modern agriculture's billion-dollar expansion. Culturally, goats have shifted in perception. Once considered stubborn or trivial, they are now viewed as intelligent, versatile, and profitable. Their resilience mirrors the entrepreneurial spirit of farmers willing to innovate, adapt, and market beyond traditional boundaries. In essence, the rise of the goat farming industry is a story of transformation, from overlooked livestock to multi-billion-dollar opportunity. By blending tradition, innovation, and strategic business practices, goats have reshaped agriculture, proving that even humble animals can have a massive economic impact. The modern goat industry owes much of its explosive growth to the diversification of products that cater to specialized markets. Where once goats were primarily raised for survival, they now provide high-value commodities that command premium prices. Dairy products have become a cornerstone of this transformation. Goat milk, known for its digestibility and nutritional profile, appeals to health-conscious consumers and those with lactose sensitivities. Beyond liquid milk, artisanal cheeses, such as chèvre, feta, and aged varieties, have elevated goats from utilitarian farm animals to a symbol of culinary refinement. Cheesemakers highlight the origin, breed, and farm practices, adding storytelling value that resonates with modern buyers seeking authenticity and traceable sourcing. Fiber production represents another lucrative niche. Angora goats, prized for mohair, and cashmere-producing breeds have found their place in both domestic and international markets. Unlike industrial wool, goat fibers are soft, luxurious, and versatile, often commanding higher per-pound prices. Farms that focus on sustainable fiber production have tapped into fashion industries, boutique textile houses, and eco-conscious consumers, creating income streams that traditional livestock could not match. Meat goats cater to both general and ethnic markets. Certain U.S. regions have seen growing demand for goat meat, often referred to as chivan or cabrito. Farmers supply specialty butchers, restaurants, and direct-to-consumer sales at markets that serve Caribbean, Middle Eastern, African, and Latin American communities. Strategic breeding, careful nutrition, and timely processing ensure that meat products meet quality standards that allow farms to charge premium prices. Agricultural services are an often overlooked revenue source. Goats are increasingly used for natural vegetation management, controlling invasive weeds, and reducing wildfire fuel loads. Landowners, municipalities, and even corporate campuses rent goat herds as eco-friendly landscaping tools. This goats as labor model demonstrates the animal's versatility and the creative business models that have emerged in the industry. Technology has also facilitated these niche markets. Farms track herd performance, milk yields, fiber quality, and meat production with digital precision. Marketing platforms allow farms to reach urban consumers who would otherwise have no access to locally raised, artisanal products. Social media and farm websites showcase the animals, the land, and the people behind the operations, generating trust and customer loyalty. Education and branding have become intertwined with product sales. Farm tours, workshops, and agritourism initiatives let consumers experience goat farming firsthand. Visitors gain insight into animal care, sustainable practices, and production processes, creating a deeper appreciation that translates into long-term support and repeat business. These experiences reinforce the perception of goats not just as farm animals, but as economic and cultural assets. Finally, niche markets have encouraged innovation. Farmers experiment with product pairings, packaging, and collaborations with chefs, boutiques, and wellness brands. Goat milk soaps, lotions, and specialty skincare products have carved out new revenue opportunities, turning traditional farming operations into diversified agribusinesses. The rise of specialty goat products underscores a simple truth: the value of a farm lies not only in the number of animals but in the creativity, foresight, and adaptability of those who manage them. By identifying and cultivating these niches, U.S. goat farmers have transformed humble herds into integral players in the billion-dollar agricultural economy. The journey from a modest goat herd to a multi-million-dollar enterprise requires vision, strategy, and an intimate understanding of both the animals and the market. Scaling a goat farm isn't simply about adding more animals. It demands operational excellence, financial planning, and market diversification. Successful farms begin by expanding infrastructure to accommodate growing herds. Pastures are carefully rotated to preserve soil health and forage quality. Barns, feeding stations, and milking facilities are upgraded to handle increased production without stressing the animals. Advanced fencing and shelter systems protect goats from predators and harsh weather, ensuring herd safety and consistent output. Breeding programs play a central role in scaling. Farmers select goats for productivity, health, and market-specific traits. Dairy breeds are chosen for higher milk yields, fiber goats for finer wool, and meat goats for growth rates and lean muscle. Strategic breeding reduces health issues, improves offspring quality, and maximizes profitability. Genetic tracking and record-keeping help maintain consistency, making the herd a reliable asset for buyers and partners. Diversification of revenue streams is essential at scale. While small farms might rely on milk or meat alone, multi-million-dollar operations integrate multiple products. Dairy, fiber, meat, agritourism, and specialty services like land clearing and eco-friendly landscaping combine to create robust, resilient income. Diversified operations shield farmers from fluctuations in any single market segment, providing stability in an otherwise volatile agricultural economy. Technology adoption accelerates efficiency. Automated milking stations, climate-controlled barns, and smart feeding systems reduce labor while optimizing animal health and productivity. Monitoring tools track weight, reproduction cycles, and milk composition, allowing farmers to make data-driven decisions that directly impact profitability. Even small adjustments, like adjusting feed based on seasonal nutrient requirements, can scale up returns significantly. Marketing and distribution strategies evolve as farms grow. Larger farms forge partnerships with wholesale distributors, specialty retailers, and international buyers. Branding becomes critical. Premium packaging, storytelling, and product provenance attract discerning customers willing to pay higher prices. Social media campaigns and farm tours enhance visibility, connecting urban consumers to rural operations in a way that builds trust and loyalty. Risk management remains a priority. Scaling increases exposure to disease, supply chain disruptions, market volatility, and environmental hazards. Multi-million-dollar farms invest in insurance, contingency planning, and veterinary oversight. Understanding local regulations, animal welfare laws, and export requirements ensures operations remain compliant and sustainable. Beyond numbers, scaling also relies on leadership and culture. Farm managers train staff, foster animal welfare awareness, and maintain the operational ethos that defines quality. Employees who understand goat behavior, humane handling, and production goals ensure smooth operation and prevent costly mistakes. The economic impact of scaled goat farms is tangible. Multi-million-dollar operations create jobs, stimulate local economies, and introduce innovative practices that benefit the broader agricultural community. They transform goats from a humble farm animal into a central component of a thriving, billion-dollar industry. Ultimately, scaling is not just about growth, it's about strategy, sustainability, and vision. Farms that combine meticulous animal care, diversified revenue, efficient infrastructure, and strong market presence turn modest beginnings into powerful economic engines, showcasing the full potential of goat farming in the 21st century. The rapid expansion of goat farming into a billion-dollar industry is not solely due to innovative farmers. It's fueled by changing market trends and evolving consumer demand. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for any operation seeking long-term success and scalability. One of the most significant drivers is the rise of health-conscious consumers. Goat milk, renowned for its digestibility and nutritional benefits, appeals to individuals with lactose intolerance, or those seeking alternative dairy options. Its lower fat content and rich mineral profile make it a preferred choice for families, fitness enthusiasts, and culinary innovators alike. The growing awareness of nutrition and wellness has elevated goat products from niche to mainstream markets, creating consistent, high-value demand. Specialty products have also transformed consumer perception. Artisanal goat cheese, handcrafted soaps, luxurious fibers like cashmere and mohair, and grass-fed meat are sought after by discerning buyers. These items offer more than sustenance. They offer story, heritage, and authenticity. Consumers are willing to pay premium prices for ethically raised animals and traceable farm-to-table products, rewarding farms that prioritize quality and transparency. Culinary trends have amplified the demand for goat meat and dairy. Ethnic cuisines, which feature goat as a staple, have gained popularity across urban centers in the U.S. Restaurants and specialty stores now actively seek suppliers who can consistently deliver high-quality meat, cheese, or milk. This creates lucrative partnerships for farms that understand portioning, processing, and quality control. Another critical trend is sustainable and regenerative agriculture. Goats naturally fit into this movement. Their grazing habits promote soil health, prevent overgrowth, and reduce wildfire risks. Eco-conscious consumers and municipalities alike recognize the value of goats in maintaining land sustainably. Farms that highlight these environmental benefits attract support from government programs, grants, and green initiatives, further boosting profitability. Direct-to-consumer sales channels have expanded dramatically with e-commerce and social media. Farm subscription boxes, online cheese orders, fiber kits, and specialty meat deliveries enable small and large farms alike to reach urban consumers nationwide. Digital marketing strategies, combined with compelling storytelling about farm practices and animal welfare, create loyal customer bases that return repeatedly. Seasonality and niche marketing also influence trends. Goat milk and cheese products often see higher demand during holidays or special events, while fiber products peak in colder months. Understanding and anticipating these cycles allows farmers to optimize production, manage inventory, and maximize revenue. Global influence cannot be ignored. Export opportunities for goat products are growing, with international markets increasingly valuing U.S.-raised, high-quality goods. From artisan cheese to specialty meat and luxury fiber, American goat farmers are carving out a reputation for reliability, ethics, and excellence. Finally, demographic shifts shape the industry. Urban millennials, affluent families, and health-focused communities increasingly prioritize sustainability, transparency, and ethical consumption. Goat farming, with its low environmental footprint and versatile product lines, aligns perfectly with these preferences, making it an attractive sector for long-term investment and growth. In essence, consumer demand and market trends act as the engine driving goat farming into a billion-dollar industry. By understanding shifting preferences. Despite its enormous growth and profitability, goat farming is far from a risk-free venture. Modern operations, whether small family farms or multi-million-dollar enterprises, face numerous challenges that require foresight, skill, and adaptability. Disease and health management are constant concerns. Goats are susceptible to parasites, bacterial infections, and viral diseases that can rapidly spread through herds. Farmers must implement strict biosecurity protocols, conduct regular health checks, and collaborate with veterinarians to maintain herd well-being. Even a small outbreak can impact productivity, disrupt milk and meat supply, and create financial losses. Predation and environmental hazards pose additional threats. In rural and semi-rural areas, coyotes, wolves, and even domestic dogs can target young or vulnerable goats. Farmers mitigate this risk with secure fencing, guardian animals like dogs or llamas, and strategic barn placement. Environmental hazards, such as extreme weather, wildfires, and droughts, require contingency planning and adaptive infrastructure. Goats are hardy, but humans must ensure they are protected during natural crises. Market volatility can also affect revenue. The price of goat milk, cheese, meat, and fiber fluctuates based on supply, demand, and consumer trends. Export restrictions, changes in dietary preferences, or competition from other livestock can challenge profitability. Smart farms diversify income streams to reduce dependence on any single product, balancing risk while sustaining growth. Operational complexity increases with scale. Multi-million-dollar goat farms must manage hundreds, sometimes thousands, of animals, along with staff, technology, and logistics. Coordinating feed, breeding, milking, fiber collection, and sales requires precise planning. Any lapse in organization can lead to production bottlenecks, animal stress, or financial inefficiency. Regulatory compliance is another key concern. Farms must adhere to federal, state, and local guidelines regarding animal welfare, food safety, environmental protection, and product labeling. Noncompliance can result in fines, loss of certifications, or restrictions on sales. Navigating these regulations demands diligence and often legal consultation. Labor and expertise remain critical challenges. Skilled staff who understand goat behavior, breeding techniques, nutrition, and milking procedures are essential. Recruiting and retaining talent can be difficult, particularly in rural areas. Training programs, knowledge sharing, and strong leadership are necessary to maintain operational efficiency and animal welfare. Consumer expectations add further pressure. Today's buyers demand ethically raised, sustainably produced, and traceable products. Farms must document their processes, ensure transparency, and uphold high-quality standards. Failing to meet these expectations risks reputational damage and declining sales. Financial risk cannot be overlooked. Scaling operations requires significant investment in land, infrastructure, and animals. Loans, mortgages, or investor funding increase exposure to market shifts or unexpected disasters. Successful goat farmers carefully plan budgets, forecast cash flow, and maintain contingency reserves to mitigate these risks. Despite these challenges, the industry's growth demonstrates that with proper planning, expertise, and resilience, goat farming remains one of the most profitable and versatile agricultural ventures. Farms that overcome these obstacles continue to scale, innovate, and shape the global market. In reality, challenges do not deter successful goat farmers, they define them. Each problem solved, from disease management to market adaptation, reinforces the ingenuity and determination that have transformed goats into a billion-dollar agricultural phenomenon. Modern goat farming has evolved far beyond traditional pasture grazing and manual milking. Innovation and technology have transformed what was once a small-scale operation into a highly efficient, data-driven industry capable of generating millions of dollars in revenue. Automation in milking is one of the most significant technological advancements. Robotic milking stations allow farmers to milk larger herds quickly and consistently, improving hygiene and reducing labor costs. These systems monitor milk yield, composition, and quality in real time, providing valuable insights that help farmers adjust feed, nutrition, and herd management for optimal performance. Precision feeding and nutrition technology ensures goats receive the right balance of nutrients at each stage of growth and production. Smart feeders dispense measured amounts of feed, while sensors monitor consumption patterns. Nutritional adjustments can improve milk yield, fiber quality, and overall herd health, directly impacting profitability. Health monitoring systems are increasingly common. Wearable sensors track vital signs, movement, and behavior, alerting farmers to early signs of illness, stress, or injury. This proactive approach reduces mortality rates, prevents disease outbreaks, and increases herd productivity. Even subtle behavioral shifts, such as reduced activity or changes in posture, can be detected, enabling timely interventions. Breeding programs benefit from technology as well. Genetic tracking software helps farmers select optimal breeding pairs, improving productivity, disease resistance, and quality traits. Artificial insemination, coupled with detailed data analysis, allows for precise herd improvement without the risks and limitations of natural mating alone. Farm management software integrates multiple aspects of operations. From tracking milk production and fiber yield to scheduling vaccinations and recording financial transactions, these platforms streamline workflow, reduce errors, and provide a comprehensive overview of farm performance. Farmers can make strategic decisions based on accurate, up-to-date information. Sustainable practices are enhanced through innovation. Drones and GPS mapping monitor pasture health, identify overgrazed areas, and track herd movement across large properties. Watering systems are automated, and energy-efficient infrastructure reduces operational costs while minimizing environmental impact. Marketing and distribution technology has also changed the game. E-commerce platforms, social media, and direct-to-consumer apps allow farms to reach national and international audiences. Storytelling through videos, images, and farm updates engages consumers, builds loyalty, and drives sales of dairy, meat, fiber, and specialty products. Innovation extends to value-added products. Automated cheese production, fiber processing equipment, and specialized packaging systems allow farms to create high-margin items. This integration of production and processing reduces dependency on third-party suppliers and enhances quality control. Ultimately, technology transforms goat farming from a labor-intensive, low-margin venture into a scalable, profitable, and competitive industry. Farms that adopt innovation not only improve efficiency but also position themselves to respond quickly to market demands, environmental changes, and global opportunities. By embracing technology, goat farmers demonstrate that ancient livestock can thrive in the modern era, combining tradition with innovation to build sustainable, billion-dollar enterprises. In the billion-dollar goat farming industry, producing quality products is only half the battle. Equally important is the ability to market, brand, and engage consumers in ways that elevate the farm's profile, drive sales, and build long-term loyalty. Branding has emerged as a key differentiator. Modern goat farms craft narratives that emphasize heritage, sustainability, animal welfare, and artisanal craftsmanship. Packaging, logos, and farm stories are designed to resonate with urban and suburban consumers seeking authenticity. For instance, a small dairy farm might highlight its free-range goats grazing on organic pastures, while a fiber farm emphasizes the softness and origin of its cashmere. These storytelling elements create an emotional connection that encourages consumers to pay premium prices. Digital marketing amplifies reach. Social media platforms, YouTube videos, blogs, and farm websites showcase the animals, the landscapes, and the people behind the products. Visual content, like goats frolicking on hillsides, milking processes, or fiber harvesting, humanizes the farm, educates consumers, and drives engagement. Hashtags, influencer partnerships, and targeted campaigns help farms reach niche audiences interested in wellness, sustainability, and gourmet foods. Direct-to-consumer sales are a powerful tool. Subscription boxes, online cheese orders, and fiber kits allow consumers to experience products without leaving home. Farms can personalize offerings, share behind-the-scenes stories, and maintain regular contact with customers, fostering loyalty and recurring revenue. Community engagement strengthens market presence. Farm tours, workshops, and educational programs invite locals and tourists to witness operations firsthand. Visitors learn about goat behavior, sustainable practices, and product production, leaving with a deeper appreciation of the farm. Agritourism not only generates income but also positions the farm as a cultural and educational hub. Collaborations and partnerships further expand reach. Chefs, boutique retailers, wellness brands, and luxury textile companies often seek premium goat products. Farms that cultivate these relationships secure consistent, high-value sales while enhancing brand reputation. Co-branded initiatives, such as limited edition cheeses or fiber collections, create exclusivity and drive demand. Customer feedback and adaptation are critical in a competitive market. Modern farms monitor reviews, survey consumers, and track buying patterns to refine products and marketing strategies. Responsive operations that adapt to consumer preferences, whether introducing new cheese flavors, expanding fiber offerings, or offering goat yoga experiences, stay ahead of competitors. Sustainability messaging resonates strongly with today's audience. Highlighting eco-friendly grazing, low carbon footprint, and regenerative farming practices appeals to conscious consumers. Marketing that demonstrates ethical treatment of animals and responsible land stewardship enhances trust and differentiates the farm in a crowded marketplace. Ultimately, marketing and branding are as strategic as breeding and production. Farms that integrate storytelling, technology, direct sales, and community engagement transform goat products into highly sought-after commodities. Through these strategies, U.S. goat farms have not only grown economically but also elevated their animals from simple livestock to symbols of quality, sustainability, and ingenuity. Behind the picturesque images of grazing goats and artisanal products lies a rigorous economic reality. Profitable goat farming combines careful financial planning, market understanding, and operational efficiency to turn a herd into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. Revenue streams are diverse. Dairy products, including milk, cheese, and yogurt, form a significant portion of income. Specialty fibers such as cashmere and mohair command premium prices in fashion and textile industries. Meat, both fresh and processed, appeals to a growing culinary market. Additional avenues, like farm tours, workshops, and eco-friendly land management services, provide supplemental income, diversifying financial risk. Cost management is critical. Feed, veterinary care, labor, infrastructure, and utilities constitute the bulk of operational expenses. Efficient resource allocation, rotating pastures, optimizing feed ratios, preventing disease, directly impacts the bottom line. Smart farms leverage technology and data-driven decisions to minimize waste, streamline operations, and maintain herd health, all of which increase profitability. Investment and scaling decisions influence long-term success. Expanding herd size, acquiring advanced milking systems, or building fiber processing units requires upfront capital but can exponentially increase returns. Farms that balance investment with cash flow management avoid overextension while capturing growth opportunities. Pricing strategies respond to both market demand and brand positioning. Premium, ethically produced products can command higher prices, especially in urban and international markets. Seasonal offerings, limited editions, and subscription services enhance value perception and stabilize income. Farms that understand consumer behavior and adjust pricing accordingly outperform competitors who rely solely on volume. Market analysis is indispensable. Farmers must track trends in dairy consumption, fiber demand, and specialty meat markets. Urbanization, wellness-focused diets, and sustainability awareness drive demand for goat products in U.S. cities. Farms that anticipate these shifts, adopting high-demand breeds, improving product quality, or introducing innovative offerings, capitalize on market momentum. Risk mitigation safeguards profitability. Insurance, contingency funds, and diversified operations protect against disease outbreaks, extreme weather, and supply chain disruptions. Understanding local regulations, export requirements, and consumer safety standards prevents costly legal issues or market restrictions. Profit margins vary by product line. High-value artisanal cheeses and specialty fibers offer the greatest returns relative to production costs, while meat operations rely on volume and efficiency. Multi-stream operations balance these dynamics, ensuring sustainable revenue and long-term financial stability. Ultimately, profitable goat farming is not accidental, it is strategic, analytical, and disciplined. Farms that integrate operational efficiency, market insight, financial planning, and innovation maximize returns while maintaining high standards of animal welfare and product quality. In doing so, goat farming transcends traditional agriculture, emerging as a sophisticated, resilient, and lucrative industry. Goat farming, when managed responsibly, is more than a profitable venture. It can be a catalyst for environmental stewardship and sustainable land management. Across the U.S., innovative farmers are demonstrating that goats not only produce valuable products but also help ecosystems thrive. Grazing for land management is one of the most significant environmental contributions of goats. Unlike mechanized equipment, goats naturally trim invasive vegetation, clear brush, and prevent overgrowth, reducing the risk of wildfires in vulnerable regions. Their grazing is selective and precise, promoting biodiversity by allowing native plants to flourish while controlling invasive species that could otherwise dominate the landscape. Soil health improvement is another key benefit. Goat manure acts as a natural fertilizer, enriching the soil with essential nutrients. Rotational grazing strategies prevent soil compaction, maintain fertility, and enhance water retention. Over time, well-managed goat pastures become highly productive ecosystems that support both livestock and local wildlife. Water efficiency is inherent in goat farming. Goats require less water than larger livestock, making them ideal for regions facing drought or limited irrigation. Farms that integrate goats into regenerative practices conserve water while maintaining productivity, aligning with environmental sustainability goals. Carbon footprint reduction is increasingly important in consumer perception. Grass-fed and free-range goat products have a lower environmental impact than conventional livestock. By highlighting these eco-friendly practices, farms appeal to environmentally conscious consumers and contribute positively to climate change mitigation efforts. Innovative integration with other farming practices enhances sustainability. Some farms combine goats with orchards, vineyards, or crop rotations, using their grazing patterns to naturally control weeds and fertilize the land. This reduces reliance on chemicals, lowers production costs, and improves soil and plant health. Education and advocacy amplify the environmental message. Farms that host school visits, workshops, and ecotourism initiatives educate the public on the role of goats in sustainable agriculture. By fostering awareness, these operations build community support and inspire other farmers to adopt environmentally responsible practices. Long-term environmental impact shows the strategic importance of goats in conservation. In areas prone to wildfires, overgrowth, or desertification, goats act as natural landscapers. Their presence can prevent ecological damage, promote plant diversity, and sustain habitats for other wildlife. In conclusion, goat farming is not just an economic endeavor, it is an environmental solution. Responsible goat operations balance profitability with ecological stewardship, proving that livestock farming and sustainability can coexist. By embracing innovative grazing techniques, regenerative practices, and conservation awareness, modern goat farmers lead the way in shaping a healthier, more resilient landscape. As the goat farming industry continues to expand across the United States, its future promises innovation, resilience, and a blending of tradition with technology. The lessons learned over decades of operation provide a roadmap for sustainable growth, economic opportunity, and cultural impact. Emerging technologies are set to redefine farm management. Automated feeding, milking, and health monitoring will become more sophisticated, incorporating artificial intelligence to analyze herd behavior and predict optimal breeding cycles. Precision agriculture tools will allow farmers to track soil health, pasture utilization, and environmental impact with unprecedented accuracy, ensuring maximum efficiency and productivity. Product diversification will continue to grow. Beyond traditional milk, cheese, meat, and fiber, goat farms are exploring value-added products like goat yogurt infused with probiotics, artisanal soaps, high-end leather goods, and specialty cheeses targeting gourmet markets. These innovations expand revenue potential while capturing niche consumer segments seeking unique, high-quality products. Sustainability and climate adaptation will play an increasingly critical role. Goats' natural ability to thrive in challenging terrains positions them as ideal livestock for regenerative farming. Future farms will integrate goats into mixed-use landscapes, combining grazing with crop rotation, wildfire prevention, and soil restoration. Environmentally conscious practices will attract both consumers and investors, reinforcing the industry's long-term viability. Urban and peri-urban farming presents new opportunities. As cities seek sustainable food sources and community-based agriculture, compact goat operations, urban farms, rooftop pastures, and community-supported agriculture (CSA) programs will become more common. These initiatives bring consumers closer to production, enhance local food security, and provide educational opportunities. Education and public awareness will continue to influence the industry. Workshops, farm tours, and online platforms showcase goat intelligence, versatility, and environmental contributions. By engaging communities and building connections with consumers, farms cultivate loyalty, trust, and advocacy for sustainable livestock practices. Global market integration is another frontier. With increasing demand for goat products internationally, U.S. farms can leverage export opportunities for cheese, fiber, and meat. Adapting to international standards and consumer preferences will require knowledge, flexibility, and strategic partnerships but offers immense growth potential. Entrepreneurship and innovation hubs are emerging within the industry. Young farmers, researchers, and agri-tech startups are collaborating to explore advanced genetics, AI-driven herd management, and eco-friendly infrastructure. These collaborations ensure that goat farming remains dynamic, competitive, and forward-looking. Ultimately, the future of goat farming is defined by adaptability, intelligence, and vision. Farms that embrace innovation, diversify products, and prioritize sustainability are not only shaping their own success but also redefining the role of livestock in modern agriculture. The goats that once grazed quietly on rugged hillsides are now central players in a multi-billion-dollar industry, proving that even the most underestimated animals can inspire ingenuity, resilience, and global opportunity.